I promise you, this will be the best video that you will ever watch on how to be a successful owner-operator. I'm gonna give you detailed steps, a list of steps of what to do before you even become an owner-operator. If you're already an owner-operator, what you can do right now, you can start implementing right now at the end of this video. So you definitely want to make sure that you watch this video. Okay, once again, I'm back with another video. My name is Marco Perkins with Trucking the Cash Flow, and in this video, I'm gonna break down to you how to be a successful, not a regular owner-operator, not just buy your truck and go make some money, but actually be a successful owner-operator and start your own business. Or if you're already an owner-operator, you might be struggling or certain things like that. You can get some of these key principles implemented in your business, start your way on to success today. So let's jump straight into it, okay? Number one, you have to make a decision, all right? Not choose, not pick one, nothing like that. You have to make a decision. Making a decision means that you cut off every other opportunity, possibility, choices that you can take besides the one that you made a decision on. Meaning, if you buy a truck and you say that you're going to be an owner-operator and you actually make that decision, what you're saying is, I am not gonna do nothing else. I'm not gonna go drive Uber. I'm not gonna go be a firefighter. I'm not gonna go work offshore. I'm not gonna go be a cook. I made up my mind. This is the decision that I've made. I'm going to be an owner-operator and I'm going to start my trucking business. That is number one, and you have to do that. So many times I've watched people get into this business and they don't make a decision. They just kind of get into it for whatever reason. Most people, they get into it, owner-operators, they see that weekend and like have trucking business, owning the truck. You can make money real fast. You know, a lot of people see that and they kind of get into it for the short term. So as soon as a problem or an issue arises, they get out the game, or they can't even handle it the way that they should. Why? Because they're double-minded. They're probably telling themselves, you know, like myself, for one time, I like went off and done real estate, but really my heart, my passion was in trucking, but I was double-minded. So those couple years that I went done real estate, which was valuable and I learned a lot, especially in sales, I could have been doing trucking and I didn't. And I actually would have been way further than where I'm at now in the industry. But what happened, I didn't make a decision. So by I didn't make a decision, the scripture says, when I say scriptures out the Bible, says that a double-minded man should not expect nothing from the Lord. Okay, so I was being double-minded. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't make a decision and said that I was all in. So when I did make certain, I guess, decisions or things like that, they probably wasn't the best ones that I made or could have made because I wasn't all in. When you're all in on something, you're gonna act different, you're gonna perform different, and the decisions that you make will be totally different. So remember that, that's number one. Make a decision, not make a choice, don't pick one. Okay, number two, create good habits. Definitely make sure you manage your money, have integrity, do good business, and think long term. Study your craft and sharpen your skills. Let's dig into that a little bit, right? Let's say you're an owner-operator, or let's say that you're not an owner-operator yet, and you're about to go into this business and you want to go into this business. Well, you need to start managing money good right now. Maybe you're a truck driver. Maybe you're about to go to truck driving school. Maybe you working at McDonald's and you want to be a truck driver. Whatever it is, maybe you're already an operator and you want to stay in business or scale your business. Well, these are key principles and things that you need to do before you even get to that point. And you can start doing this today. You need to manage your money well, really good. You need to learn money management. You need to read books about it. You need to go on YouTube and watch videos about it. You need to take online courses. Whatever it is that you need to do, you need to learn how to deal with money. Because I promise you, in the trucking business alone, you will make money fast. But I promise you, things are going to happen and could happen to take away that money double, triple times faster. Trucks are gonna break, you're gonna pay for fuel. If you have drivers, you're paying drivers. all of these things, okay, truck notes, insurance, trailer notes, tolls, all kind of stuff where you're gonna be commingling funds, your business funds with your personal funds, and people are gonna say, hey, cash at me this, can you send me that? Your wife or your husband is gonna say, hey, can you put this money in the account? This bill needs to be paid. Your son or your daughter is gonna need something done or whatever, and you're just gonna be commingling funds, and it's just not gonna be good. It's gonna be a disaster. I know that because I've done that, been there, done that, won't do it again. So you definitely need to learn how to manage money and do good with your money. Learn how to save money, learn how to put money into your savings account for breakdowns and preventative maintenance and stuff like that, okay? And to grow the business as well. You wanna do that. You wanna have integrity. You're going into business. People do not want to do business with someone who doesn't have integrity, who's always, you know, everything that comes out of their mouth is how much I'm going to get paid, how much I'm going to get paid, how much money I'm going to make, how much do you pay, how much is the load, how much is this. Look, listen, you're in business. The only reason, let me just keep it straight up with everybody, all right? Everybody needs to understand this. 99% of the time, people only do business with you, and it's probably even around you because of the value that you bring to them. So if you are always asking and have the mindset, and because if it's in your mind and you're thinking these thoughts, you're gonna express this out into the world. And if you're expressing this from your actions, through your mouth, through your body language of what's in it for you, this other person's not gonna wanna do business for you. Because remember, you and them both are you only wanna deal with each other because of the value that they bring you. Now, I know this sounds a little weird, like, well, if that's the case, then shouldn't I be asking? Not really. You should always lead with value to the other person. And when you lead with value to the other person cannot deny doing business with you. And then if for some reason their prices are too high or too low, what they want to compensate you with or whatever, you can tell them and demand what you want to get paid, because you already gave value. You led the conversation with, this is what I can help you with. This is what I can do for you. I do business like this. You know, I'm loyal, all of these type of things. And they will see that, they're gonna wanna do business with you, right? So, you know, and do good business and have integrity. You know, don't be a cheater, don't steal, don't lie, don't manipulate. Do good business, you know what I mean? When you get in this business, you're gonna see that a lot of brokers and truckers, they do a good bit of lying, snaky stuff, kind of backdoor boogieing type stuff. And I promise you, the law of attraction will reward you if you do good business and you have integrity. So definitely write that down. Think long term. You gotta think long term, okay? If you think short term is gonna show, and if that's what your mind is on short term, you're probably gonna have a great short term. But it's only gonna be short term. It's not gonna be long term, right? The Bible says that a great man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. And if you're a lady and you want to be an owner-operator or start a trucking company, that's a principle, and you can use it too. Principles doesn't care about gender or race or anything like that. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, or if you're a Democrat or a Republican, right? It doesn't matter. Follow principles, they work, okay? So when you think long-term in any business, you're gonna function different. The way that you function, the way that you think, the way that you express yourself, the things that you do will be focused on long-term. When the next person is worried about this year and, oh my God, this election, if Kamala gets in, we're in trouble. If Trump gets in, we might be in trouble. At least I don't think so at all. But yeah, if you're thinking like that, man, that's short term. They're only gonna be in there a couple of years. I mean, dang, you know? But when you're thinking 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years up the road, the way that you do business is gonna be totally different. The way that you move are gonna be totally different. all right? You're just gonna move totally different, all right? So definitely think long term. Next one is, in part of number 2, and you can do these in order, okay? Study your craft, all right? Listen, you are going into business for yourself. You're not working a job for someone. You're not punching the clock for someone. You're going into business for yourself. This is totally different. You're the owner, you're the operator, you're the CEO, you're the CFO. You're like everything in your business. So you need to acquire new knowledge and more knowledge to help yourself be successful, all right? You have to do this. You cannot skip this step, all right? If you don't do nothing else on this list, I would say definitely pick up books, study your craft, study money, study accounting, study marketing, study sales, watch videos and go into Facebook groups, look up stuff about trucks, about trailers, dispatching, brokering. Go into all of these topics, all of these subjects, and just study. Learn the business, all right? Learn how to deal with money. Learn how to talk to people on the phone and do sales. Learn how to do administrative work, right? Even if you won't do all of this stuff yourself, you still need to learn, because if you hire someone to do it, you need to know if they're doing it right or not. You need to not waste your money. This is not a set it and forget it business. It's just, don't do that. So sharpen your skills. Number 3 is very, 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 very important. You need to pick a niche, all right? You do not need to get in the trucking business and even think that you're going to do everything, all right? Especially in the beginning. Maybe years down the line, after you've mastered one thing, then you can get on to the next thing. But mastery is the game, okay? Like myself, all y'all that watch my videos, and if you're not watching my videos, you're missing out. So if it's the first time you're here, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that, hit that little like button, because you need this content. And it's, in my opinion, and I'm getting more views and more subscribers to me, so to me and to other people, this is, good information. But you need to niche down. As y'all know, watch my videos, we are in the open deck space. We do not do tankers. We do not do dry van. We do not do reefer. We don't do box trucks. We are in the open deck space, preferably specialized freight, oversized, heavy hauling, dealing with equipment, okay? We're not jumping all around. Even when the market slows up, even when the market gets a little bad, we do not quit. We do not jump around. We stick to what we do. That's how we specialize, and we master our craft. We master the loads. We can fire off quotes like that. We know the states, we know the regulations, we know what a permit's at, we know what we know what we're doing. Why? Because we niche down, okay? We specialize and we master a certain niche. We're not all over the place, okay? So you definitely want to do that, and it's going to help you a lot because you're not going to be all over the place, all right? You just definitely want to do that. And the next thing is number 4. And once again, you can definitely do these things in order. I probably would do them in order, but you need to evaluate your situation, your life, and you need to strategize accordingly, all right? So are you going to get your own authority, or will you lease on to someone else's authority, or will you do a lease purchase, right? Like, how are you going to do this? Well, if you are financially strapped, right, or challenged, meaning you don't have much money, and when you buy your truck, get your trailer, put your insurance down, and get some, some other equipment that you need, you might not have much cash left, or a credit card or anything like that. Well, I don't advise, even though I've done this, I don't advise to start your authority with a challenged bank account or a weak bank account for multiple different reasons. Let me tell you, I'll give you an example. If your truck breaks under a load and you need a water pump, oil pump, or anything more than that, You don't have the money to get it fixed. Now they have this load. The broker's gonna call you and they're gonna say, hey, look, we understand you have issues. No worries. Where's your location? We need to send a power only to get your trailer with our load so we can go deliver our load, and then you can come pick your trailer up for wherever we drop it at, which is probably gonna be at the receiver or some yard or something like that. Well, you can't really say too much about that because after a couple days, they're gonna like make you give up that load. And if you don't, you're gonna run into a lot of problems. So now you have to go get your trailer. You're not gonna get paid for the load because they're gonna charge you for that. On top of, you're gonna have to fix your truck, and it could just be a bad sight. And you can literally be out of business as soon as you start it. But if you lease on to someone, maybe they can give you a loan, or maybe they can hook you up with a rental truck, stuff like that. That's what we do over here where I'm at. They can like help you out with these things, right? They can basically back you up with some cash that you don't have, right? Maybe you don't want to deal with all of the infrastructure with, paperwork, legalese and dealing with DOT and insurance and all of these type of things. Maybe you just want to like really just jump in your truck. Maybe you do dispatch yourself. Maybe you don't dispatch yourself. Maybe you just want to get in your truck and make more money and like have all that other stuff automated and like other people do it for you. But you want to be free and you want to make more money. Well, it sounds like you need to lease on if that's what you're thinking. Maybe you do want to do all of these things. Maybe you do have the money, the financial backing. Maybe you have the infrastructure. Maybe your wife's going to help you out. Maybe your daughter's going to help you out. A little cousin or something like that, a friend, right? Or, your husband, right? For that matter, right? Because you got a lot more women driving trucks and starting trucking companies these days. Shout out to y'all ladies for doing that. That's what's up. But so maybe that might be for you. Maybe getting your own authority might be for you, right? Do you want to deal with the first 6 months to a year, the challenges of getting free? In the first 6 months to a year when you having your authority, do you want to do that? Do you want to deal with phone calls and just dealing with everything, right? All of these things, how your credit looking. You got to kind of, once again, evaluate your life, evaluate your situation, what's your schedule looking like, all these type of things, right? And then make a decision after that, okay? Number 5 is equipment. Well, purchasing equipment. Will you purchase equipment? Will you lease equipment? Will you lease on somewhere that has equipment like trailers and everything for you? Will you lease purchase equipment? Will you get rentals? Will you get new equipment or old equipment? I mean, I just said a lot just now, but let's think about it. Do you have the credit and the money down to go purchase equipment versus going lease purchase equipment versus going rent equipment, right? All different things. Well, if you purchase equipment, you're probably gonna have to put down a minimum of $3,000 of a down payment for your truck. And you're probably gonna pay a minimum of $1,500 a month for your truck. You probably gonna put down the same thing, whether you rent a flatbed or a step deck, you probably could put down $1,500 and pay about $700 to $1,000 a month. If you're doing RGNs, you're gonna do anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 down on renting equipment, and you're probably gonna do about $2,000 minimum a month on paying the monthly rent. All right. Where if you have a truck already and you go sign on, lease on somewhere, they're probably gonna already have a trailer for you. That's another thing. You gotta buy license plates and all this stuff. They're probably just gonna give you all that and just take it out your check. If you don't have neither a truck or a trailer, but you wanna get started in business, the lease purchase model is a great model. I'm looking at so many people online that's talking so much trash about the lease purchase model, which is so crazy to me. I'm not saying that they don't have bad lease purchases out there, but in my opinion, I believe that people just don't understand the model and they don't know how to do it. But if you look at the average trucking company these days, you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of contractors and drivers that's doing that model, and it's working for them. I mean, CRST, that's what they're doing. It's a lease purchase model, and they've been doing this for the last 20, 30 years, since I've been on them, right? You got VL. I've done business with VL. I've had a small fleet with VL, and it was totally lease purchase. You got a lot of companies out there. That's what they're doing. I think it's a good opportunity. I don't know why people talk down on it so much. It's so crazy because if everybody was to eliminate the lease purchase model, let's just say there will be no more lease purchase, and they just totally shut that down. You can only be a company driver, or you would have to buy your own truck. Well, let's think about this for a second. Do you have the cash to go buy your own truck? Do you have the credit to get a loan for your own truck? Do you even have the experience to show the bank, because they want to see this because they're your partner on this deal when you buy this truck? Do you have the experience to go buy this truck? And guess what? You're gonna have to do the same thing for the trailer, right? So do you have all this? If you don't, it sounds to me a lease purchase would be a great idea. Listen, I've done it. I actually have 2 trucks right now. That's a part of my fleet that I'm doing it right now. Right now. I have 2 trucks right now, part of my fleet, right? I have a total of 5, and that's what we're doing. 2 of them out of that, it's lease purchase deals. Like, I'm telling you, it works. You just have to get a part of the good ones. You have to, sometimes you got to negotiate the contract, but you have to know what you're talking about to even get to that point. So will you lease equipment to where you just lease it and bring it back? Will you rent equipment? Listen, renting equipment is very good because you can write it off total 100% on your taxes. This is not, listen, I don't do taxes. I'm not a financial advisor. So full disclosure, this is just my opinion of my experience. I'm not telling you how to file your taxes, do anything like that. I'm just saying that's something that I have done and it worked for me. Do your own due diligence and study and read books and consult with an actual financial advisor and any of these things that I'm talking about. But you can, or I have before, totally written off a lease, 100%, and a depreciation, all this stuff, and got so much of a tax break, all right? You can go rent a truck with Penske right now. They will give you base pay without working any deals. The more trucks you have, the better deal that you get. It's like $2,500 down. You got to put insurance on the truck. I think it's just physical damage or whatever. And you can do $700-800 a week, 20 cents per mile, and then that's it, right? They will do everything. They will give you the truck. It's a brand new truck, and they do everything to the truck. If you need tires, they will put tires on the truck. If you need an oil change, they will oil change the truck. You need a PM. If anything breaks on the truck, they will fix it. If you're on side the road and they can't fix it, they will bring you a new truck, just like that. And as long as you basically don't wreck the truck, you basically got a brand new truck with a mechanic, fleet advisor. Like, you basically you're renting a whole business. Like, you have a mechanic on call, you got other trucks on call, you got all this stuff that's just for a monthly fee, right? Well, if you buy your own truck, because you want the ownership, I get it, but you buy it, something happens, it's totally 100% on you. Not saying don't go buy the truck. I'm just saying, I'm giving you these different options because, once again, remember, evaluate your situation, evaluate your life, you make a decision, you think about it, and you figure out how do you want to move forward, and then you start making these decisions, right? So definitely, think about these things, okay? Now, with that being said, now you have your equipment. This is number 6. You got your equipment, you've been studying, you're managing your money, you started networking, you're building a team, you've either leased on or you've actually got your own authority. What do you need to do now? You need to go to work. I know some people watching the video and they're like, well, duh. No, listen. I have a friend of mine, helped him get a truck. He bought his truck and he told me, man, I bought a truck so I can have more time to myself. And I wanted weekends off and I want to spend more time with my family. I said, well, you should have went and got you a salary job, job, and work for somebody who already has all of this in place for you, and work off his job and tell them that you wanted certain days off. You don't start a business because on the front side, short term, you want more time to yourself. That ain't how that go. If you're watching this video and you're thinking that that's what it's gonna be, you can just go on ahead and don't start a business, cut the video off. You don't even need to watch no more of my videos, because that's not what's gonna happen. You're gonna start this business and you're gonna work more hours than what you've worked when you was a regular truck driver, driving with someone else, or whatever you was doing, if you was driving Uber for this, or whatever it is that you were doing before this. And this is with any business. This is not just to start your own trucking business. When you start this business, guess what? You're going to be owner, the operator, the CEO, CFO, the accountant, the driver, mechanic. You're gonna be like all of these people. Well, no, I want them to pay somebody to do it. Well, you still gotta oversee them. So get used to it. On the front side, this is how it's gonna be. You're running a business. You need to put into your business, right? You're only gonna get out of your business what you put into your business. If you want your business to reward you money, you need to put money into your business. You need to invest in your business. If you want your business to give you and reward you time back to where you have free time, where in the beginning, you need to give your business time. All right, you need to study, you need to read books, you need to talk to other people, you need to get a mentor. I can be your mentor, I can help you with that. You need to consult with other people that have done this, they have proven systems, and they know what they're doing. You don't need to talk with Mike and Bobo and JoJo and Ray Ray up the street who got a little truck and they like running locally, running containers or something, and they making a little something, you know, so where they can like make their money to where they can like go to parties on the weekend. I'm saying containers because that's what a lot of guys do down here in New Orleans. They love to run these containers off the port and they're like so fascinated with it, but they're just not making much money at all and they're not creating generational wealth at all. Anyway, so I'm not gonna rant too much, but with that being said, if you need help with any of these things that I've lined out, I can definitely help you with that. All you have to do is hit the link below in the description or look in the comments. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pin the link to the free school group. Come on in, learn, ask questions. You can ask whatever you want. It's totally free for now, but in the future, it will not be. But with that being said, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.